Hello, Cherries, and welcome to Live Cherry Sunday Special Tuesday, episode 253. And I want to say it's Veterans Day today, and I want to thank you, all you veterans, for your service. We appreciate it very, very, very much. And in today's video, we're going to learn about the refreshing sounds of the harmonic major. And the harmonic major is an amazing scale, and it's very refreshing. And the reason why I say it's refreshing is because it's like the major scale, but it's, if you're bored of playing the major scale, you just change one note and it's kind of refreshing sounding. It's like, it makes such a difference. And, I got a little loop here that I created, a little track that I wrote, a little backing track on a looper. And I'll solo over it for a little bit, and you can get an idea of what it sounds like right here. Check this out. So if you're enjoying this so far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, give you a round of applause. Sorry, I got in my own world there for a second. It's a bit mesmerizing, you know, this scale. I lost all my notes somehow. I had all these notes I was going to talk about and chord names, and everything just got deleted somehow. So I'm going off the cuff here today, and that's probably a better thing. So say hello to Jeffrey Boyle. Good to see you. Thanks for spending some Veterans Day here with me today. Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I think of the Eagles. And Scott Cachopo from Seattle. Give you a round of applause. Very, very cool. All right. So, having a good time here today. And I lost all my picks that I normally use too, so I'm using this thin pick. I usually use a heavy little pointed round one, but I'm a mess today, but what do you want? So, we got the guitar kicking, the telly, right? And like I was saying, I call this a refreshing mode scale. We're not going to dive too deep into the modes of the harmonic majors today, but here's a really fun way to figure out how to just kind of dip your toes into this beautiful scale. Now, a major scale is like this. Let's put on the big camera here for a second. Let me show you something here. Hopefully you guys are having a good time today. We'll get right into this. Hello, Diana Leighton. Got the major scale, and it's like this. You know, you can start up here. A regular major scale. Major chord. Play it like this. We're going to play a lot of chords like this today. A regular C shape E chord. Right? Feel it. I'll cheat a little bit with this. The tuning on the G, sharpen it. Oops. One second. So E chord, just like this, right? Now, going up the major scale from here, because we're going to build chords like here, like this. So you got one. Or like this. So we'll get to the A, we'll go down here. Back up to there again. It's ridiculous, right? But it's the major scale. Oops. Or like this. Back up. Because once I get to the A, I'm just going open A. So it's like this. Because we're going to play chords like that too. We can go up to here at this A. Now the one thing we're going to do that's different is that we're going to flatten the 6th degree. So it'll be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that's the note, that's the C sharp. You're just going to make it a C. Yeah, I could have did this in the key of C. It would have been a little bit easier note names, but really, it makes no difference, you know. We'll go to C and we'll try the same thing in C later. But here's the notes are E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, and E. So there's 4 sharps in the key of E. The easiest way I remember to do it is go E. What's the letter before E? And that's D. So that means if you go down the loop here, it's fat cats go down alleys eating birds. So it'd be fat, F, C, G, and D. So the letter before E is D. So now you know that F, C, G, and D are sharp. Fat cats go down alleys eating birds. So those are 4 sharps in the key of E. It's easy to remember. So you just go E, F sharp. So this is F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, and E. Those are their notes. Now we're going to take the 6th degree, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just flatten it. So now it's a C. So now all over the neck, those are the notes, the E major scale, but with instead of a C sharp, it's going to be a C. And it's like a harmonic minor scale, right? I mean, you know the harmonic minor, but the only difference is that's a minor scale, like this, you know. And you would flatten the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's just minor with a flat. It already has a flat 6. But it has that major 7th. That's a harmonic minor. Now harmonic major is like this. Because it's major. Minor would be like this. Major. What a difference, huh? Beautiful sounding scale right there. Continue it. Do that if you want, like that. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful sounding scale. That's a little explanation of the mode or the scale. How it works, harmonic minor. I'm not going to get into all the 7 modes. We'll do it a little bit, but it's really about how we're going to incorporate this into our playing really, really easily. So what are you drinking out there? I have some coffee, some espresso that I made, Italian espresso beans that I made in my my pour-over machine. It's not a machine, it's just what do they call those things? The pour-overs, the little I don't know what those things are called. There's a name for them. And, yeah, having a good time here. So check this out. Now, here's the fun part about this. Let's go back down here today. First of all, what are you guys drinking? I know I'm drinking my coffee. I have just a little bit left in here. It's kind of depressing when you get to the bottom of the cup, and it's really good coffee. Trying to get wired here on Veterans Day. And thank you for your service, for sure. And so I chose this chord here today, the shape, C shape, because it's like a C chord like this, right? Right, it's like a C. But we're going to bring it all the way up to here to E. Here's the C. Let's bring it all the way up to here to E. We're going to bar this note, the G string, because that's the 5th degree of the chord. Okay? Now, if you follow this up, normally you have the 1 is just a major chord. The 2 chord, Scott, coffee 2, all right. The 2 chord would be minor, a minor triad. So you have major, then you have minor. You know, this B right here would be a major chord. C sharp would be minor normally. D sharp would be a diminished, but then E. So you'd have those are the 7 chords of the major scale. E, F sharp minor, G sharp minor, A major, B major, C sharp minor, D sharp, diminished, and E. It's just a regular major scale. That's just harmonizing it in triads. So that's just a major scale with all these notes. Anywhere you want to play it, doesn't matter. But what we're going to do is because we're changing one note, now here's where it gets interesting. When you play these simple triads, check this out. Now wherever I'm going to look for, sorry, that was an E minor. Wherever there's a C sharp, I'm going to make it a C. So here's an E, F, and then when you build triads, you're just skipping a note. So you have E, F, G sharp, B, right? So there's no C in there, so there's nothing, no C sharps, so nothing to manipulate. When we go to the next chord, F sharp, you have F sharp, G, A, will be the next one, right? A, B, C sharp. Okay, well here's the C sharp. Well, that's where it gets tricky. So now you just take that and just drop it to C. So now the 2 chord is the diminished chord in this progression. So now you have E. Isn't that cool right there? Just by changing one note. See, has that tension, that release right there, it wants to go. So right off the bat, if you wrote a song that was an E, and you went to A, to a B, E, you could actually throw in that chord and make something interesting out of it. Like I don't even know what I'm doing here with this, but you can go to an A, to this F sharp. Right? See right there, it just added something different. That's the full version. See? It's just an upper extension of this chord. See, right here, please. Don't have the fingers do that, but it would sound like this. So if I went E to A, I went to this. Back to E. And that's just a little taste of what it sounds like right there. E, A, F sharp, diminish. One example right there. Coffee 2. Where are you out of? Scott, I am here in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York in the house. Yeah, right by Prospect Park, just outside the city, Manhattan. And so yeah, good stuff here. Where are you from, Scott? Ketchupo. Yeah, forget about these notes. These notes are ruined. So we're going off the cuff. Doesn't matter. Don't need no stinking notes. So now you go to the second chord. Right there, we got that already. So the third one is normally a G sharp. So we have 1, 2, 3, up the major scale. So we have G sharp, G, A, B, then C, D sharp. So here's G sharp. So nothing changes on this third chord. San Francisco originally. Very cool. So look, here's your 3 chords now in a row. We'll skip the second one. We'll go to the third one. Check that out. I mean, sometimes with scales, they don't really necessarily make the most beautiful chord progressions, especially like melodic minor. But for some reason, harmonic major, they sound really pretty together, these chords, when you just kind of go up diatonically. Diatonic means just the notes of that scale, which is the major scale with the flat 6. So when hitting any other notes, building these triads. Right? Instead of just a regular major scale, would be very normal sounding. But now we got just that one difference, right? So here's where it gets really tricky too. The third, okay, not tricky, but beautiful. Go to the A. Okay, so you have an A, B, C. Okay, so normally A is major in this progression, right? But we're going to take the C when we have to do that. I mean, the C sharp, A, C sharp, the E. It's normally an A chord. But we're going to take the C and we're going to make it. So now it drops down a half step. So now it makes the A minor. So normally in this progression, you have an E to an A major. But now we have an A minor. So it's a 4 chord that's minor. Here's the upper extension. The upper extensions of all these chords. It's good to know. So here's the C shapes, upper extension up there. Here's the diminish, the 2 chord, the 3 chord. So these are all like upper extension type of A minor, starting on the third. Same thing with the A minor right here too. Oops. A right there. And G. Where is that? Sorry, G sharp. You have two minor chords right next to each other. Alright? E. So it's just like this. Same thing here. Here's an A minor. G sharp minor. Just playing A minor right here, G sharp minor, F sharp diminish, to E. Really, really cool. Right down. And all I do is change one note, and you have that beautiful sound. So now we have a chord that's very useful. So a lot of times you may hear people strumming on E chord, and they're like, A minor. Okay, it's like, whoa, where'd that come from? Well, now you know. It's because A is normally major, you know? So you have E. You have A major normally. Sorry if I get them too cheating. E. A major. And now we're gonna go to A minor. ABBA uses it in one of their songs that goes, it's like, what's it? And thank you for the music at the very end. It's like it to me. Add that A minor chord. It's a 4 minor. So it's a very, very important chord in there, which is really, really cool. A cool chord. We'll get up to the 5th chord in just a second. But you're from San Francisco originally. Very cool. I love it out there in the Pacific Northwest. I haven't spent too much time in San Francisco, but our sound man for the band lives out there. Actually in Oakland, California lives. MJ. Matrix Star. How's it going? Give you a round of applause. Matrix Star. Sorry for the subject change, but are there chord shapes like major, minor that you can do for the other modes? Are there chord shapes like major, minor that you can do for? Yes, absolutely. There are chord shapes like major, minor that you can do for all of them. All of the modes have specific chord shapes, and I want to really kind of compare this to the CAGED system because I'm starting with C of the acronym CAGED, C-A-G-E-D of the shapes, C shape, A shape, G shape, E shape, and D shape. And how awesome would it be to take this technique or this, not technique, or this approach and apply it to all of those shapes. I'm doing it to just the this particular shape right now. We could do it to the A shape like this. You know, play it, but you would have this chord right off the bat, you know. You'd have that. And already, I didn't want to take the second note and just sharpen it right away, like that. So I think this one works better for this example, because I haven't gotten to the 6th yet. You could just play it, or you could just do it like this. The triad would be in here, right there, the 5. And the next chord would be, you know, because because right there you have the diminished chord. I can't get this. It's the angle. It's the 7th chord there. Then you have this one right here. I haven't gotten to those yet, but we're going to get to them. Yeah. On guitar, using 3 strings. So in Dorian, you have 3 string chords that you can go to. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in Dorian, if it was just D, we're in E major right here. Right? We're doing E major. If we wanted to play E Dorian, it would be minor. That would be the chord right there. Just make it minor. Or if you want to play the Dorian of this mode of E, normally it's F sharp. That's a Dorian chord. Here's Dorian. That's a Dorian sound. F sharp Dorian. Yeah, so 3 string chord, just like this. These are all triads going up the C shape. Just 3 notes, the root, the 3rd, and the 5th, going straight up. Let's try it. Root, 3rd, 5th of the 1 chord, root, 3rd, 5th of the 2 chord, root, 3rd, 5th of the 3 chord, root, 3rd, 5th of the 4 chord, root, 3rd, 5th of the 5 chord, root, 3rd, 5th of the 6 chord, root, 3rd, 5th of the 7th chord, and back to the octave. But in harmonic major, going back to this, root, you have the, that's the 2 chord. So that's 2 chord. Here's the 3 chord, 3 chord minor, 4 chord minor. Now, back to the 5 chord is a B. Normally it's a B major. In this case, it still is. Because you have B, skip a note, C, D, sharp, D, E, F, sharp, right there. So here's the 3 notes, all normal, diatonic. Now here it is. Now we went to normally C sharp minor is the 6th chord, C sharp, but here we go. We're taking that C, we're making it a C. We're taking a C sharp, making it a C. So look at that. It just makes this chord. So if you were to play a C sharp minor chord like this, triad, C sharp, an E, and a G sharp, that makes up a C sharp minor chord. Triad. Just take the C and flatten it. What a pretty chord that is, right? Right? And all I'm doing, you can play this E chord shape. You just put your pinky on the C, and just play up the chord. Really scary sounding right there. Yep, play the C right here. Oops, sorry. But we're up here because you could just open it up a lot. It's that chord. Okay, then the next one would be a D sharp. Normally, you have D sharp, D, E, F sharp, F, G, A. So So nothing really changes here. It's still a D sharp diminished triad in E. So here are the chords: the 1 chord, the 2 chord, the 3 chord, the 4 chord, the 5 chord, the 6 chord, the 7 chord, and the octave. Those are the chords. If you're enjoying this video so far, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Give you a round of applause for that. Thank you. My niece heard, you said you lost your notes, but it clearly looks like you have all of your notes, root third, fifth. That's really funny. You know, those aren't the notes that I lost. Luckily, you can never lose those notes because they're always there. You know, that is a good one. No, but I had notes, and I usually copy them. I put them on this little thing I have right here on my computer, and I can see what I'm talking about. You know, it's like I heard I was reading something. Yes, I do read sometimes. And the guy was giving this speech. He prepared for months for this very important speech where he was he needed like $1 million. This is way back in like the, I don't know, maybe the 20s, 1920s, 100 years ago. And the guy he needed an investment. He needed money for this investment for education, this education system that he was developing. I don't know. But he needed $1 million. And he finally had an opportunity to give a speech in front of these investors, and he left all of his notes at home. So when he got up to the podium, I guess he just spoke from the heart and gave a speech, and it worked. It worked for him, you know, because it was so embedded in him that he just kind of went off script, I guess, and just spoke from the heart. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm just playing from the heart because I had a few notes, but all the notes were it just listed the names of the chords and maybe some of the modes names that I forgot. But it's really easy to remember that stuff when all you're thinking about is in the most simplistic ways, or the most simplistic way to understand this is that you're just taking the major scale and you're changing one note to it. And if you know the 7 notes, which is if you know the major scale, then you could easily change one note, change the 6th note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then continue. Well, not that one. That would be double harmonic major. That's a whole nother scale. We can change one more note in there. So now, what's really cool is that I wrote this intro that I did, and I was just messing around, and here's what I came up with. Check this out. I came up with a cool little idea based on this. So I'm playing right here, an E major 7 chord. Here's the E, the 5th, and a D sharp. That makes up a E major 7. So I went E, and then I barred the F sharp, and I continued playing the E 7 chord there. I went G sharp, but the same notes. A. And then I went to a C chord that I built, which is really just a C major 7 chord, which is really pretty sounding. Oops. And I was able to just play the major scale over the 3 chords. When it went to the C, that's a chord in harmonic major. So then I play the major scale with the C. Just like this right here, you know? Major scale, I play the C, then I play the C note. Right? if you know the major scale, you could just play the major scale, but play the C instead of a C sharp. And it's pretty to me. It sounds nice. Thank you. Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, I'm glad you think so. I think it's a pretty sounding scale. Let me go back here a little. Missed a couple of, but that's pretty funny when you start. All the notes are there. You basically always matrix star. So basically always to a major or minor, no matter the mode. So basically always to a major or minor, no matter what mode. I was looking for something more. Yeah. It's always just I'm just basing this off the simplest way, off these triad shapes. Right here. I'm not thinking of all the modes scales right now. I'm thinking of just one scale, and that's the harmonic major. Of course, the starting points will determine, or the chords that you play underneath will determine what mode. So when I went to C here, technically, I'm playing and I had that actual name written down. I could use my notes, my real notes right now. When I went to the C, I'm playing a mode. Yeah, I'm playing the E harmonic major mode scale. But when I went to C, it's a see, if you look at the shape of this chord, what it does here, because normally it's a C sharp, right? But we're changing it to C. You could easily just come up with names for the modes this way, like here. Just going up the scale, so you have this, you have the third right here, right? I'm going to see right here. So you have it's a real strange sounding mode just on its own right there. The third, an augmented chord right there, and it's a major chord, so it's a C major augmented. So it's like a sharp 5. Normally it would be an Aeolian mode right here. If it was C sharp. Can't even think of what the name is with this one. You have a minor. You have the minor chord too. You can make out if you wanted to. Right there. You have this. You have the flat 5 also, and that, which is interesting. Then you have the sharp 5. And you have a major 7th, which is the B note right there. So I forgot what the name of this mode is. You have to look that up. The 6th mode. Shows I really know what I'm talking about here, right? But it's the 6th mode of the harmonic major. And I'm not quite sure of the name again, what it is, but it's definitely a C major augmented because of that. And a major 7th. And the root right there. So, if you can look it up in the chat, if someone wants to Google it, the name, it's the 6th mode of the harmonic major. What's that called? Right? Okay. Then that's technically the mode you're playing in here. Because it would sound like this. This C. You're just going up the E harmonic major scale. It'd be like this. Right? C. Pretty cool sounding scale right there. And then once again, you have here. See right here. So essentially that's the mode you're playing off the C. Okay. So when these are, how do you know the chords? How do you know that chord on guitar then? That's a great question. See, what it comes down to at first is to know the major scale. And if you start on the E right here, and you play the major scale up, here's what you have. Major scale, E. So learn the major scale going up horizontally, up the neck, instead of going like this. Because we're going to build chords up on each one of them. Now, each one of those notes has a chord as well. The first note is going to be a major. It's always major. Second note is always be a minor chord. The third chord is going to be a minor chord. The fourth chord is a major chord. And the five chord's major. So it's like when you have a 1, 4, 5, right? You have 1. Major. Then the sixth note is always going to be minor. The seventh note is going to be diminished. Back to the octave. So if you know these triad shapes, here's a major triad shape. Over the second one's a minor. So it's the same shape, only it's minor. You just take the middle one here, and just drop it. So that's minor. So I'm just using this one shape across the whole thing, and it's the C shape. So you have the major, minor, minor, major, major, minor. Actually, I'm going to bring this all the way down to here. It's the same chord. See? Now the D, that's the only one difference, diminish. So I'm taking the fifth. Here's a minor chord, right? Just dropped on the fifth. So it's really, it's kind of like you just see the shape and you manipulate it or you adjust it. Here's a major triad shape, E. The third's always like this. It's one string down and one string up. What would you call it, up or down? E. So it would be, I guess up, going this way, right? Up and then down that way. And then the next one would be on the G string, up, 2 frets down. So this is always the shape, the template. If I wanted to do a minor, I would change to E minor. Just drop it to there. And then I could drop my finger here, where the fifth is, one more, to get a flat 5 diminish. So you build every chord like this. So, just like this, you know. So major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminish. So it harmonizes. It's E major in harmony. Check it out. Let's get a closer look here. It's just a perfect harmony of the major scale. Is that right? See, that's easy enough to know. It's just the major scale. So now that we know that, we're just changing one note. So there's nothing more to learn right there. Whenever you have a C in these notes of the chords, and whenever you have a C sharp in these notes of the chords, because you have these triads, it's E, and every time you want to build a chord, a triad, you just skip a letter. So if E, skip F, go to G sharp. Here it is, G sharp, skip A, go to B. Here's B. So there's no C in there, no C sharp to manipulate. So that's all I have right there. Right? But on the second chord, normally you have the F sharp. Normally it's just an F sharp minor. You have F sharp, skip the G sharp, go to A. Here's the A. It's in there. A, B, C, sharp right there. Well, there's my chord. Well, that's the note I want to change. So look, I just changed it to this chord. That makes it a diminished chord. That's how I know this chord. Because these basic shapes, look, I'm playing the same shape, only I'm just major, minor, 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 going up the scale. I'm playing chords though. same thing. But now, over this 2 chord, because there's a C sharp in there, I'm just making it diminish like that. And that's how I know that chord right there. And now you could, if you know the 7 chords of the harmonic major, you would just know that right off the bat. You would just know that the 2 chord is a diminished triad. So that's really all there is to that now. So if I was in writing something in E, I know, okay, what we're going to do in E. You know the 7 chords. You can go to an A, which is the 4 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is major. You go to the B, back to the E. Regular E major. You probably do it up here though, like. But if I wanted to throw something weird in there, you can go to A. It's a note that wants to resolve to here. Close enough, right? So, hopefully that helps you understand a little bit more. Okay, so let's see. No, thanks. Don't let me sidetrack your session. No, not at all. You're not sidetracking. These are questions that need to be answered. If there's something you don't understand, that's why I'm here. My knees hurt. Do this with the root on the B. I think it's easier to visualize. Yeah. Do this with the root on the B. Oh yeah, okay. With the root on the B is that's it's a really, really great that's something I was going to talk about too, the root on the B, because they all are roots on the B as well with this shape. So check it out. We'll do that right here. All right, all the fun notes included. Hi Barge, how you doing? If you look at this shape, this E shape, you have the root on your pinky here on the A string, the 3rd on the D string, the 5th on the G string. You also have the root on the B string, like my niece was saying. You can look at it from both ways. Here's the root of the E. Here's the major scale. And dyads. Oops. Right? So it's the same thing. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do. But if I change the second one here, I'm not going to have anywhere to go with that. I don't have another string above here to play the 5th. You can only go downward. So here's the 5th down below. It's just the upper extension of this cage shape C. Look, here's the 3rd, the 5th. No, the 3rd, the root, the 5th is below. So if I went to the second note, like that. So here's the root, 2nd chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, 7 chord, root. Just another way to visualize, and it's a good way to visualize these. The 3rds are all the way up there, just like we did over here with this E. E minor, E diminished, E minor, E major. Same thing up here. E major, E minor, E diminished, So if you just take it up the scale, if you can picture the top part as the major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, minor, major. Even though that 7th note right there is a diminished, we're not playing that. We're playing just dyads here. So if I was going E, I know the 5th is in this shape. The 5th is below and over and down 1. That's always a 5th. Just like if you played ear, power chord. If you look at just the top 3 strings, you have the 3rd, the root, and the 5th below. Now up to the F sharp, it's minor, so it's got to be here. But the 5th always stays the same. The perfect 5th is always the same. And over the G sharp, I just moved it up. Minor, root, 5th below. The A, major, so now it's a major 3rd up here. 5th is always the same. Look, the 5th hasn't changed at all. The 5 chord, B, 5th hasn't changed. The C minor, look, it's minor, 5th hasn't changed. So far, the 5th hasn't changed at all. It only changes once, harmonic, and that's going to be right up here. 3. It's over here, the 7th note. It's minor and it's diminished. So here's the 5th, bring it down. There it is, that's the diminished 5th to E. But as far as the harmonic major goes, the 2nd chord is diminished now. Right, so now looking at it from the top, 3rd chord's minor again, 4th chord is minor, 5th chord is major. Here's that C note. It's a minor chord, right? No, it's major. Because it was C sharp, minor. But we're just all we're changing is the C sharp to a C. So now it's a augmented triad right there. You have the C, the 3rd above, and the sharp 5. Because here's the 5th normally. A normal 5th, but it's here. Because we had in the key of E, C sharp was minor. But since all we're manipulating is just the C sharp to a C, it's making this triad augmented. Then you go up to D, and that's another one right there, diminished. So you have 2 actually. What's cool about this, you have the E, you have this diminished chord right here, and right above and below it. So you have below it and above it. Isn't that cool sounding? Over this E, you have. Just by changing one note. I mean, this is normally diminished triad, even if it was in the major scale. The D would always be D sharp diminished. Hopefully you're still with me here and enjoying this. On a special Tuesday, Veterans Day. Let's see what I missed here. Thanks for the great comments here. Or, not really comments, what do we call it? Chats. All the fun notes included. Give you a round of applause for that. Hanging in there practicing. Love me some triad inversions. Yeah. Triad inversions are great. Great. And I guess we're stumbling upon some inversions because we're not starting on the root, right? I mean, we're starting on the 5th in here. That'll be 2nd inversions of all these. Right? So technically, yeah. We're starting on the 5th note. Inversions. Like that. Really cool. All right, so let's see what this one is. This is my knees are root on the B. I'm just playing the top 3 strings. So yeah, I think that's what we just did. So it's D major, minor chord shapes, right? Yeah, those are really, really cool. And they're just upper extensions of this shape. It's really cool to take this shape and understand what it is fully. Because it's so easy just to go 3 strings, the A string, the D, and the G, and play your chords. But what's going on top here? Because you always know that with the shape, you have the octave. Just like if you're playing a C chord. You have the C, you have the C. You have the third, and the fifth in between it, and the third above. So it's the same thing up here. Here's the top part. Just top 3 strings. Same thing with the minor. But I can't play it like that. That's our... Actually, I just didn't do it. Like that. But you can up here. That's the top part of that F sharp minor. Or the tippy top. You can even go down. The 5th below. Triad. And then here. Play arpeggios. Like that. The third, minor third is always going to be down like that. Because here's the root. So whenever you see these shapes, you have there's the 5th below, the third, major third. That's the distance for the major third of E. So here's the chord. Just like that. So you can go something like... Harmonize. I'm just going down the chord. Here's the chord. I continue going down. 5, 3. Arpeggio. Root, third, 5th. Root, third, 5th. Root, third, 5th. Arpeggio. Same thing. So it's kind of good to picture all those while you're working on these chords. Minor. Now since it's minor, it's 1 note down. That would be major, right? That's minor. 3rd, 5th, root, 3rd, 5th, root, 3rd, 5th. Now it's a great template because on this chord now, it's a diminish. So now you're just taking the 5th. So the top part's different. Looks like that. Here's the diminished chord on the bottom. Right there, like that. So here's the F sharp. The A. It's not a full diminish 7 chord. Like the D is going to be. D sharp is a full diminished chord in there. This is half diminished. Because in the D sharp you have the D, you have the F sharp, the F, G, A, then you have the C. That's 7th. Now what's really cool about this is over this, you could play a D sharp full diminished arpeggio over this. Check this out. Right, it's like this. Over an E. Kind of crazy, right? Something like major scale and just switch the C sharp. Like here I can play C sharp. Like I switch to C now when it hits that chord. And what if I play the harmonic major scale over the E progression? I mean, you could do it over the whole thing. Let's try it. Oops, add a G in there. What's cool about it is changing the C sharp to a C, I think. So for E major, or how about the C E major pentatonic? Okay, a lot of clams in there, but that's all right. We're live and we're having a good time experimenting. And any questions about this stuff, let me know. Hey, oh, I missed a bunch of stuff over here. Let me go back. Let's see. Root on the B, that worked. We went through that already. Thank you for bringing that up there. Been following this channel for a month or so now. Loving it. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you. An experience with us. Dude, right on. All right, very cool. Thank you for that. Give you a round of applause. And okay. Very, very cool. Thanks. And sometimes the algorithm gives you hidden gems. This channel is definitely that. And that's, that's really why I do this, why I continue doing this for a while now, is for great comments like that. Playing guitar is something that's just like, you do it because you love it. It's not the, the clicks and all this and all that and the adrenaline and the, what do they call that? The dopamine effect that your brain gives you for it. It's just like you just play guitar. You want to do this because it helps me, it helps you, and it's just a journey. And thanks for coming along on the journey with me, because I am nonstop with this stuff. I mean, I'm always thinking about music. I'm always playing guitar, and always trying to strive to get better. And I get these ideas from you guys, usually on a whim, sometimes the morning of, sometimes the night before. So thanks for saying that, because that's why I continue doing it, because people such as yourself enjoy it and find it helpful, and it's really, really helps me continue wanting to do this week in and week out, every week. So I used to do this thing, ascending in the fifths on sets of 3 strings, doing the triad inversions up and down the neck. Yep. Ascending in fifths on the 3 triad string. Wow, that's something else right there. I have to look into that. Ascending in fifths, really, really cool. And from the Alchemic guitarist. I have to check that out. I think I've heard of something like that too, in fifths, because you're changing keys all the time, which is good. And that's a great approach, a great practice to do that for sure. And do Dorian chord 5 fret thing, 9th fret D, B string fret. Yep, Dorian chord 5 fret a string, 5 fret a string, 9th fret D string, and B string on the 6th fret. Let's try that. Let's see the Dorian chord, 5th fret A string, 5th fret A string, 9th fret D string. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 set D string, okay. And the B string 6th fret. B fret. Wow. Like that, huh? Yeah, it's great. It's kind of like, that's a Dorian. As you can see, I'll go right up here, you can see that Dorian chord. It's actually easier to finger it like this. You have to just stretch, and it's hard to do that whole chord like that. It's the same thing here. Here's the 6th, the major 6 you're looking for, instead of like this. And you have your minor. Because here's your A shape chords. D, A shape. As you can tell, it sounds like a sounds like a G major, doesn't it? Like that. This is a 2, 5 to a 5. Sounds like this. Because I'm already playing. It looks like I'm playing. Actually, this chord right here, or this one, is really, it's the same thing as this chord. It's just an inversion of a G7, which wants to go to a C. It sounds like it, doesn't it? So it's like, look, this chord, or this one. That's the 5th, the 3rd, and the 7th of this. Same thing. Put the G in the bottom, and you have a G7 chord. G7. Pretty cool right there, huh? All right, so that's that, Matrix Star. Hopefully I'm on to that. Hey, Jerry, my man, you got back to your double-tracked setup. Look, my double-track setup right here. Look, you're right, double-track. I'm doubling out because this one runs my one computer. This one runs this one right here. And sometimes I mess up. I don't know which one I'm at. And I'm like, I'm deleting everything because my mouse is going crazy. I did try the one thing. You could hook up one mouse pad to do 2 computers, but I forgot why I stopped doing that. So I just used the 2. Why not? I'm still using 2 computers. And that's cool. Good to see you. That was what I was asking all along. Not doing just major and minor chords for modes. Yeah, very cool. Modes. And it's, and the next level will be just to figure out what the modes are for all these chords, getting in there deeper dive. But this is a really simple approach to adding some color here to your chord progressions. You know what I mean? Just basic chords here. They can manipulate with one note and just do something really cool too, you know? And it's cool to know this scale everywhere, even if it's here, the major scale. Right here. Right? Over the C shape. But now with harmonic major, you're taking the sixth note and flattening it. So that's a harmonic major mode. Oops. Right there. And the same thing everywhere, even up here. Playing up it with this mode. Just playing the modes from starting up here. So you got the 1. Right there, C, D sharp. So work on that aspect of it. But just like if I was to do it up here, you have back up the F scale like this. Like this. The minor right there. C, E, F sharp. So it's just the E major scale with the C note in it. And I came up with this progression in there. It's really a lot of fun to mess around with like this. This is just E major to C. It's the E major scale here. And then play a C when it comes up. You know what I mean? The C note. Just play the C note, the third G sharp. off the rails. Just kind of playing, going nuts here. Whole tone sounding. Yeah, that's cool. Whole tone being more of a so there is some whole tone stuff in there. That's about it, the extent of it. The fourth. There you go. No, actually, no, it's not even that. Whole tone being up in like this register. Oops. Right, something like that. Won't be a fifth in there. Be like that. That's in there. Very, very cool stuff. What is the chord progression you're playing over? It is... I just made this up, this chord progression. It's... So I'm playing over E chord, or E7 chord, E major 7. I'm going to go to a C. That's just an E7. You have the E, the fifth, and the seventh, which is D sharp. I'm just going up the scale with the E here, and the lower, then hitting F sharp, then G sharp, then A, while I'm picking out these notes. Then I go to a C, which is not in that major scale, but I'm playing a C major 7. Just like the C, the third, the seventh, and the C up there again. Allows me to play that major scale with the C in it. So it's an E, F sharp on the bottom, G sharp, A, C. It's hard to get to that chord quick. The way I do it is from here, from this. Build it in my brain here first with the C, the third, and the pinky up there. So I go for this triad first, this die, with these two fingers. Then I put the third one like that. It allows me to, so E major. So I can play A minor. there's that. It's an A minor. Also has it's an A minor with a flat. A minor with a flat note in there. So you actually also have it diminished inside there as well in the A. A diminished. So really, really cool progression. I wish I had a copy of it to send to you, but I don't. I just created it on this looper. So yeah, come up with cool chord progressions if you can. And I'll mention briefly that I do have, where is it here? I do have a guitar course you can check out. There's a link in the description for it if you want to check it out. It's called the Essential Skills Collection for Guitar, and it goes over 4 sections. Fretboard memorization, how to easily locate all the notes on the guitar neck. The circle of fifths, which takes you through all the different keys, simply. Blues soloing, lots of different backing tracks I have there, and PDFs on. And I go through the cage system, all these shapes all over the neck as well. And so check that out in the description. It's called the Essential Skills Collection for Guitar. I would appreciate that. Thank you very much for that. Really helps me out here if you could check that out. Thank you. And so yeah, and all this stuff is related because when you get into the cage system and you play these shapes, so you start to know the E shape, and the C shape E here, the A shape E, like that, the G shape E, the E shape E, and then the D shape E, like that, just like that, and imagine taking all those different shapes, like here, we did all the C shapes today. If you do the A, same thing with this, and go through all those chord shapes like that. It's just an easy way to play these really cool chords. And then the same thing with the G shape, which is a lot like the C shape right here, starting on the root. But once again, learn them all the way up, horizontal, vertically, up just like that, if you were to do it there, like that. Right there, like there, right there. Up there and everything, like really, really cool stuff like that. Playing all the scales in each way. And then also the E shape as well, like that. 2 chord would be a flat 5 there, like that one, minor. Right, just like that. And how about this? Benny and the Bee. Very cool. I like that. And blend some modes, like mixing one to another. That sounds close. Yeah, well, stuff like that is like modal mixture type of thing, which is really cool. I mean, I like to take the major scale modes and like this. Play Mixolydian mode. You can mix it to a Dorian. The regular minor. Phrygian. Major's good. Like that, like a modal mixture thing like that. Just went through a bunch of modes like that. And what is the chord progression you're playing? Did that one already. And do you like have some effects? Sound like compressor? Well, what I have is I'm going through just a regular pedal board here, and all the stuff I'm using is in the description. I have a list of all the gear. I'm just going through a tuner, 2 pedals. I have it. This is the clean sound. Everything's bypassed. So when it's bypassed, it's going straight into a modular pedal, which, you know, lets me play out with all these pedals. And it's just the Strymon Iridium pedal, set to like a Blues Deluxe type of sound. And of course, that goes into the interface to the computer, which I have an Apollo Twin, the console things, the Apollo interface. So the Iridium lets me, it converts, I guess, this analog to digital thing, right? Like a modular does. But before that, I go into this little distortion. It's a blues hot tone right here. And this is what it does. This gives it a bite, right? Slight overdrive. A blues driver, which is more like, you know, more gain. You know, for together. You know, crazy sounds like that. And I just have a delay here with a tap. So I can tap in the tempo. going off the rails, but that is the effects. That's everything I'm plugging into right there. Pretty cool. Thank you. And Rusty, I have an old Digitech Screamin' Blues pedal. Digitech Screamin' Blues. I like the sound of that. I'm not sure I've heard of that one. Probably seen that. It's not too bad if you want a little sizzle to things. Yeah, well, these are single coil pickups, so, what are you expecting for too much of a crunch sound, to get like a... Not so bad. Single coils. Humbuckers, we get a little more crunch out of it, And it sounds great. Don't get me wrong. You know what you're doing. Sometimes. All right, so we've gone way over here today, which is really fun. Losing track of time here. But thank you so much for hanging out with me here today. Really, really appreciate it. Everybody here. Rusty, and I think you mentioned what those symbols mean here before. I'm not sure I remember what that is. But thank you. Oh, Sweden. Time for bed here in Sweden. Have a great, amazing day, brother. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. All the way over there in Sweden. Check out the band SOS direct from Sweden. A great ABBA tribute band that I play in here in America, direct from Sweden. So thanks for that. Cheers. Thanks, everybody. Matrix Star and My Knees Hurts, and everyone who popped in here for a little bit today to join me on this special Tuesday, Veterans Day here today. Really, really appreciate all of yous, and Dana, and you guys are all amazing. Scott's and Jeffrey Boyle, all you guys are truly, truly amazing, amazing, amazing people. Thank you for spending the time. Cheers, for sure. And remember, be cool, be kind, be cherry. And if you want to see another video on the 7 modes of the harmonic major scale, I'll put that right up there for you. So check that out. And all right, awesome. Catch you in the next one next week. Peace. Have a great week. I'll see you next time. Cheerio. Yeah.